morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to the 2025 European Quadcross Championship. Highlights from round number 1 in Kremlin saw 2023 European champion Patrick Zarini take victory in race number 1. Could he do it again in race number 2? Harry Walker is the reigning champion. He had the red plate, but with a 1-1 finish in Kremlin, the red plate went the way of the Italian.
The feeling was incredible. Today I take 1-1 and the pole position yesterday. It's a perfect weekend, I think.
Round number 2 of this 5-round series, we headed to England in the southwest to Swindon for Foxhill, a veteran circuit. But nonetheless, these guys were out there having some awesome battles. But it would be Harry Walker who took victory in race number 1. He would have dearly loved to have taken victory in race number 2, but unfortunately, number 159, Randy Naveau, the Sandmaster, he would take victory and the overall.
C'est super de venir et de gagner ici. J'étais vraiment content de venir ici à Foxhill pour la piste vraiment extraordinaire.
It's round number 3 of the 2025 European Quadcross Championship, and we find ourselves in the north of Poland in Gdańsk, a major city on the Baltic coast, known for its rich maritime heritage, historic architecture and vibrant cultural life. Part of the Tri-City metropolitan area, along with Gdynia and Sopot, there's a population of about 500,000. But we are here for the 3rd round and the halfway point of the championship.
I'm here on the start straight at Gdańsk with Roman Gwiazda. He is the top quad rider in Poland, and last year he finished 5th overall with a 9th place and a 4th place finish. Are you hoping to go better here on this track? You like the track, first of all, do you?
Yeah, I really like this track. It's the best track for quad. It's a really fast track, a lot of jumps, a lot of corners. Very technical. I like the type of this track, so tomorrow will be really good racing.
This sort of ground is very good as well. It's good soil. It doesn't get too wet, doesn't get too muddy. You can always race it. Is that right?
Yes, that's true. Today and tomorrow, we will have a really good grip. I hope rain not coming, so tomorrow we will have a really good races.
Tell me about the jumps. They look really particularly special. You know, they're fast, these big double jumps, and it's a high-speed track.
Yeah, really fast track. Some double jumps, also the jumps to the corners, so it's really technical track.
Who do you expect to be fighting with tomorrow? Obviously, you'd like to be up the front, but who will be your main rivals here that you can see?
I want tomorrow to have in top 5, I think. It's my dream.
Well, that would be good. Yeah, top 5. You had a 4th place last year, so yeah, that's really possible. Has the track changed much since last year? Have they done much work?
Yes, we have some changes on the track. We have some small jumps in the corners, so it's good places for pass. So it's really good.
Well, I look forward to watching you tomorrow because I won't be doing the commentary. Bradley Hicks will be doing the commentary. But Roman, thanks for joining us on the track walk.
Nice to meet you.
And have a good weekend.
Yeah, thank you.
Carl Robin Rillo has had the pace this year, but hasn't quite had the look on his side. Let's have a listen to what he said to Barry.
Carl Robin Rillo is here. You're always a fast starter. You're always at the front, and the track looks brilliant. What do you say?
Yeah, I really like this kind of track. It's fast and it's technical, and I think this is really the track I can get my speed out and show it to everyone.
A lot of people will be here tomorrow, and we're not that far from your home country. So Estonia, will you expect a few people here from there?
Yeah, hopefully a lot of people will come here and hopefully see a lot of them.
Carlis Neyer is proving that consistency is absolutely vital, and he sits just on the inside of the top 10 in the championship.
I'm with Carlis Neyer, a very tall young man, as you can see, he's dwarfing me all the time. He's 8th in the standings. We're not that far from Latvia. Carlis, well done. Do you expect many fans here?
Thank you, yeah, but I expect many fans here because in previous rounds also there were many Latvian fans. Latvians like motocross, and this is close to Latvia. Last year here was most of the fans Latvians, so I think this year will continue that way.
Well, the little Bardis boys are across the way, so that won't do any harm, will it?
Yeah, I think they help a lot with the fans, and they just bring more fans. And in the result, they're also fans for me. I'm thankful them for that.
Patrick Turini and Manfred Zienicke had a dramatic qualifying race. They were outside the top 10. But this is Halo lineup on the gate. 741, Carl Robin Rillo, alongside Harry Walker and Mark McClernand. Mike van Grinsven, Ryan Spikans, Carlis Neyer, Tarot Hellebust, Roman Gwiazda, Nikolai Jemerik and Jordi Nicholas Gieler. Mikalauskas, Sona Veldman, Verboven, Racedick, Turini 16th. There is the former champion. Jan Brel, Ruben van Lith, and all the way off of the picture, 89, Manfred Zienicke. Carl Robin Rillo, winner in the qualifying race on the Saturday. He had first gate pick and he went for the hard right-hand side. Harry Walker and Mark McClernand followed suit, the two British riders, number 1 and 919, alongside him. Then it's the 11 of Mike van Grinsven, 23, Ryan Spikans to his left-hand side, and Carlis Neyer, who's dearly looking forward to this weekend's racing. Watching them, there is the 22 of Tarot Hellebust, the Norwegian rider, with Roman Gwiazda, 416, home hero, looking to do his home crowd some good. The 15-second board was thrown up, the 5-second board quickly followed, and then it was all eyes down to the gate. Keep your eye on the right-hand side. This track had been quite heavily watered, and as you watch Carl Robin Rillo, he goes into the corner but washes straight out to the outside, and that had dropped him further down the order. So Roman Gwiazda took the whole shot in front of the home supporters from 8th gate pick. Harry Walker was second, with Patrick Turini making a lightning start from the second row. He was 16th gate pick and right behind Carl Robin Rillo as they headed into that first turn. Very reminiscent of that first turn back at Foxhills, a very tight 180-degree right-hand bend. But it was Roman Gwiazda who led the early charge. Carl Robin Rillo, as we mentioned, had work to do. As we watched them, Harry Walker would take the race lead away from Roman Gwiazda on the opening lap. He found a way through and capitalised with the clear track in front. In the meantime, the home rider put up a great defence against the serious leader, but soon succumbed to the pressure. With 22 minutes remaining, the race was on. After a relatively poor start, Rillo fighting his way through the field, but not without challenge, as Carlis Neyer and Laurynas Mikalauskas, who made a storming start, would do everything that they could to defend their 4th and 5th place positions. The hard-packed nature of this circuit certainly working in favour of the 741 of Carl Robin Rillo. A former red plate holder, still only a teenager, is the young man from Estonia. Well, he may be young in years, but he is definitely not lacking in experience. He was putting all of his talent and skill to good use. Fifth place behind Laurynas Mikalauskas as we approach the 20-minute to go mark, but a quick move up the inside from the Estonian rider would see him promoted into 4th place, thus relegating Laurynas Mikalauskas down into 5th. But still, what a great showing from the Lithuanian. Mikalauskas would not have opportunity to rest, as he would quickly have to turn his attention to the chasing pack, including Carlis Neyer, Mike van Grinsven, Mark McClernand and Rainis Bekans, the Latvian. Mike van Grinsven would be the first to negotiate Mikalauskas, who would then fall into the firing line of the big Ulsterman, who incidentally took victory here 12 months ago. The track was really starting to cut up as the race wore on, but Mike van Grinsven looking this way, looking that way, trying to find a way through on the 545 Lithuanian rider, but he was through, done and dusted. Rainis Mikalauskas seemingly not having the opportunity to retaliate in these early stages. The 545 would prove to stand firm in his hopes of not relinquishing position to the previous Polish winner. The battle on the cusp of the top 5 would rage on throughout the midpoint of this opening race, but still, McClernand just could not find a way through. The big jumps in Gdańsk certainly working in favour of the 919 of Mark McClernand. As we mentioned, he took victory here 12 months ago, but didn't make the best of starts this time around. He was looking to regroup and find a way through on Rainis Mikalauskas as we approach the half race distance. Carl Robin Rillo right in the mix as well in his efforts of trying to promote himself further up the order after his poor start. But unfortunately for the Estonian rider, his luck would go from bad to worse. Back at the front, Patrick Torini had closed right up to the rear axle of Harry Walker with 5 minutes plus 2 laps to go. No one knew better than the 23 champ that if the positions were to remain this way, they would be level on points. I remind you, coming into this weekend, it's Patrick Torini with a 3-point advantage over Harry Walker, and if it was to remain in this position, 25 points for Harry, 22 points for Patrick Torini, 5 races down, 5 to go, is level pegging. But there was still 5 minutes remaining. Despite the best efforts of the red plate holder, Patrick Torini, it would not be enough for him to overcome the reigning champion in his efforts of wrestling back control of the championship. Walker made his number 1 Yamaha as wide as possible and seemed to have a sixth sense. He strategically placed his machine in the path of Torini at every opportunity. Back markers were in sight but would play no part in the outcome of the race. The checkered flag beckoned the arrival of the British and Italian duo, with Walker claiming victory to put himself level on points with Patrick at the halfway point. Roman Gwiazdo had put an incredible display in front of his home crowd to complete the podium, with Mike van Grinsven and Carlis Neyer rounding out the top 5. McClernand, Manfred Zieneker from 31st gate pick inside the top 10 in 7th, Rainis Bekans, Harold Hellebust and Tadeusz Reistig completing that top 10. Verboven, Veldman, Gila with Gediminas Volkavicius rounding out the top 20.
Credit to Patrick, he come from the second row, so I'm going to give my props to him. He rode really well, and yeah, it was close. He caught me at about the middle part of the race, but no, I held my ground, and I knew where I was good, I knew where he was good, so I kind of held tight in some lines. But no, the points, yeah, we're matched on points now, but hey, we got one more race to go, 25 plus 2, and 2 more rounds still after this one. So I'm going to keep pushing, get some fluids in me because it's hot out here today. But no, I'm looking forward to race 2.
Race 2, Carl Robin Rillo once again taking that first gate pick on the far right-hand side of the gate. Harry Walker up next to his left-hand side, looking to repeat his success from earlier on, with Mark McClernand, number 919, to his left-hand side once more. The revs rise and the gate would drop, and Carl Robin Rillo, the pole man, made a better start than in race 1, but getting the best launch and taking the whole shot was the number 32 Norwegian rider of Harold Hellebust. There are a few cuts and bruises further down the order from row 2, but the riders would walk away relatively unscathed. Hellebust would take the control of the race from early on and would have one of the most impressive rides of his career. with home hero Roman Gwiazda slotting into second position, whilst McLernan, Rillo and Turini chase hard. The latter, who started from the far left-hand side of the gate on row number 1 for this second event. Patrick Turini certainly having a great damage limitation weekend, I think it's fair to say. Carlos Naya would prove to be following from his earlier performance too, as he was in strong contention along with his compatriot Rainis Bekans. Turini and McLernan would go elbow to elbow in the early stages of this race, neither one of which wanted to lose out to the other. A small but costly mistake from the Ulsterman, Mark McLernan, would see his rival go through, and unfortunately there was no comeback from that point forward. Walker would quickly find his feet and would soon be playing chase to Roman Gwiazda, quickly relegating the Polish rider, who was then under sudden threat from the 89 of Manfred Zienicke, who again, from the back of the gates, was having the ride of his life. A superb ride from Hellebusch saw him leading the race as we entered the final half of the event. But Rillo had decimated the gap and was hot on his heels. Harold would not crumble under the pressure and showed class and skill at the front of the field. The 5 for 4th would involve Carlos Naya, Manfred Zienicke and Rainis Bekans, who are just going through your picture now, and they kept a watchful eye on their rivals. Over this jump into the left-hander, such a difficult and technical part of the circuit, and a quick burst of throttle from Manfred Zienicke would see him slot up one more position, and that was all he needed to depose Carlos Naya from 4th position. Rillo knew he had clear track behind and bided his time by stalking the Norwegian race leader to determine his strengths and weaknesses. Gwiazda had a grasp of 4th position and would go all out in his defence over Patrick Turini, who was looking to do everything he could to limit the damage being inflicted by Harry Walker, but there was just no way through. Rillo had decided that now was the time and was done playing second fiddle to Hellebusch and took the inside jump to claim the lead of the race. And with Harold opting for the outside line, there was no opportunity for retaliation. The Estonian turned up the wick, as they say, to break away from the long-time race leader, and this would become an insurmountable advantage for Carl Robin Rillo. A combination of unchallenged Hellebusch and a hard-charging Walker would see the Briton quickly apply the pressure onto the shoulders of the Norwegian, wasting absolutely no time. Harry would dive to the inside of Harold Hellebusch, and with that he would reclaim second position to further extend his advantage not only over Patrick Turini but also over Harold Hellebusch. In the background we can see Patrick Turini doing everything he could as well to get onto the rear axle of Hellebusch. Was there enough time? Yes, there was. Squirming underneath the throttle was the rear wheels of his Yamaha 450, and certainly the pressure was well and truly on the Norwegian. Patrick Turini looked to the inside, no way through. Harold Hellebusch had it covered. Round this right-hander, this is the point in the qualifying race where Carl Robin Rillo and Patrick Turini locked wheels, but no such dramas this time around. Turini using all of his skill to overcome Hellebusch and deny him a podium in the closing stages, and a champion's move where it was least expected. Right here over the jump from Patrick Turini was enough for him to take 3rd place. There was no stopping Carl Robin Rillo, and in the baking heat in front of the flying Estonian flags, he took race 2 honours in supreme style, and for the first time in 2025, the race win. Walker would claim second position to retake the red plate from his main rival in the championship, Patrick Turini. Patrick himself would come across the line of 3rd overall, and an inspired ride from Harold Hellebusch saw him take his best result of 4th ahead of Manfred Zienicke. 6th position, Carlos Neyer, Mark McClernand, Rhinus Beacans. That is the overall standings here, but Harry Walker, 1st and 2nd with 47 points. He is the new red plate holder. Further down the order there, we can see a good showing from the home riders, rounded off by Viktor Krushmichat. Roman Gwiazda, with a 3-6 finish, was absolutely thrilled to take 3rd place overall at his home round.
Yes, I'm really happy, and I want to thank for everybody who support me, for all my friends, for my family, for my wife, for Rager suspension, for Leon from Rager, for perfect suspension. Bike working awesome. I'm really happy from result. I think I'm really good.
Torini, with a 2-3 finish, had a great weekend, but it is clear from his body language that he was not wholly impressed to lose the red plate to his big rival.
I'm happy about my weekend because when I start the second road, it's not easy to take a good position. Yeah, it's not my best weekend, but it's okay.
Yeah, you will have something to do in Madonna to retain the red plate for the next event.
Yeah, I try. It's hard because Harry is so fast, but I try. We'll see Madonna.
Overall GP victor with a 1-2 finish was Harry Walker, and needless to say, it was smiles all around for the new championship leader.
Yeah, the race was very eventful actually. You know, I got caught up with Robin Rillo at the start, and yeah, I had a good jump, but then coming into the first corner there was a bit of a pile up, so no, I had to work my way through. Torini was actually in front of me. I think he made a little mistake, but no, that was tough out there today. That was a really tough track, that second race, but I couldn't be happier. You know, winning the GP overall and then leaving here with a red plate is amazing. I've got a couple of mentions. I want to. It's Father's Day today, so I want to give it to my dad for everything he's done. He's put me here today, and yeah, all the fathers out there. I've got a couple of your mates that are young dads, Murray Graham and James Rutter, so I really want to thank them. My whole team. Yeah, my girlfriend. It's been amazing, and yeah, we've got a bit of a break now, but we're going to Latvia with the red plate.
Harry Walker has the advantage by 2 points over Patrick Torini. Manfred Zienicke a further 36 behind, but only 5 ahead of Mike van Grinsven, who had a difficult weekend. Carl Robin Rillo, Mark McClernand, Carlos Neyer, Randy Neveu still there in 8th position ahead of Mike Verboven and Marcus Thompson. Well, that's all from us here in Gdańsk for round number 3. We hope you've enjoyed the racing, because we certainly have. But in the meantime, from myself, Bradley Hicks, thank you very much for watching, and we will see you on August 16th and 17th for round number 4, the penultimate round in Madonna. See you there.
We never stop, still going when you finish. And even when we bleed, still believe that we can win this. We got what's underneath, you're all about that image. We never even